Hey beauties, good evening to you. Alright, beautiful people. I've done this a post similar to what I'm doing now, intermittently, but I'm going to have to do it, invariably, meaning frequently, maybe, perhaps. We have to watch the signs of the times. Now, we're living in a time when they talk about climate departure. In other words, they had said last year that last year would have been the coolest year. Notwithstanding, January and February were kind of cold. I was cold. I had to cover up. I had to close my window and cover up. I was cold in January and February, predominantly. Then you notice that towards the end of March, the heat started to get on slowly but surely. And if you think you're hot now, oh God, June has not begun. I won't even bother mention July and August. Because of that, not just humidity, heat, oh, that extreme heat, you're going to perspire even more. And when we think of perspiration, don't just think of sweating. I'm talking about, your body. They say in the morning you're fit and you're blooming, but in the evening you wither away. In other words, your body is going to get stale for the day. It's going to get stale and sour, salty, sweaty. Me can't say sweaty because normally they associate that with weight. So your body is going to get stale. Because of that, you have to be very conscious of yourselves. I went into a business place and as I walked in, it smelled bad. It smelled stink. It's like it was very green, but not the kind of greenery that we would like. You feel suffocated, like you're being suffocated. It was suffocating, sorry. It was awful, it was horrible. I had to hold my head on the outside for a little bit. And then I just hope that when I go closer, I didn't want to become immune to the smell. I would not have. I know that. You have to be very cognizant of your body. If you have a health issue, ask the doctor what you can use during this hot time to really mitigate, to eradicate as best as you can, or really, 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 really reduce bad odor. You have to be very cognizant. So you have to bathe properly if you're going to work. Obviously, you're not going to be able to bathe during the course of the day at work. So maybe you don't want to go and get yourself sweaty and so on. Or not necessarily sweaty, but just perspire by, being too active if you're at work because you're around people. It is not nice. It's a disrespect to people to come with bad smell to them. Ensure that your clothes, your clothing, your apparel, they're washed properly. Check the arms, the necks, every part that is not only there, so even a regular section. Ensure that it's washed properly or dry cleaned or whatever properly. Use a good soap. Use fabric softener because sometimes if you don't, the soap will give a bad smell or leave a bad smell, a pungent smell on the clothing. Wash your face properly. Ensure that you wash your hair in a timely fashion. Because some people, because they will develop some sort of, draft or cold or whatever you want to call it, they have to be careful of how they wash their hair too often. But you have to be cognizant. If you wear hats, ensure that you wash it in a timely fashion. Maybe you can't overly wash it because it's going to be worn and tattered and so on. But put it out in the sun or something. You can't operate the same because the time is different. If you're fasting, you have to drink some water. Keep your breath fresh. Drink water. Rinse your mouth out. Use you have to be careful because they don't encourage you to use a Listerine or any one of the mouthwash too often. It can actually damage your teeth. Even brushing your teeth too often, they said it can damage the enamel and destroy your teeth. So you have to be cognizant. You use baking soda. Rinse your mouth out. Gargle. Especially if you're fasting or if you don't, you have not eaten any food because not eating food actually stirs up the gastric juices and so on in your esophagus or wherever it is, and that smell will come through your mouth. Ensure that you bathe properly. Ensure that smell your rags, smell your body. Make sure you can smell yourself even when you, because some people bathe and you wonder if they actually went with water and soap. Horrible smell, almost rancid, terrible. We shouldn't be in this 21st century smelling green arms, and people are smelling horrible in this day and age. And we're not talking like maybe if somebody doing some athletic work for the day and they can't, they have to just do it. And even then, as soon as you finish with that, you get yourself kempt. Move it from unkempt to kempt. Move it from bad smell to good smell as quickly as you can. You have to be cognizant and you have to teach your children. They won't know. That is why we have some kids smelling so bad and they grow being that way, same way. Because they're not taught, okay, you do this, you're doing certain kinds of exercise and work, arduous manual work, whatnot. Learn to get yourself cleaned up. We're living in a different time. The time is hot. And it's a disrespect to people to know that you're not smelling good and you're coming around them with your bad smell, bad body odor, bad mouth odor, bad ear, everything. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Wash your clothes properly. Get a good deodorant. Get one that works well with your arm, that goes well with your kind of body. What do I say now? How your body frequency is. I don't even know what word to use. I'm not a medical doctor. But use something right. Use the right deodorant. You have to use it. Ensure that if it's not antiperspirant, at least you won't smell bad when the time gets really hot. A lady said she sat on a bus and somebody came beside her. It was awful. The smell was so awful that she wondered if it rubbed off on her because the man had his arm and it was just not good. Terrible. Stink. Really horrible. It's not nice. It's a disrespect to you. It's a disrespect to people. It means you don't value humankind. When you come with the non-human, I should say, smell. Because no human of a smell like that. As you smell like that, you're supposed to not smell like that almost immediately. You get rid of that smell. You don't over shower, but you have to shower at least twice for the day. And get yourselves clean. Some of you're going to exercise, you know that the time is hot. Some people say, oh, it's exercise. I'm going, no, you have to go bathe before you exercise. Because your body, as I say, it's stale. That's the best way to put it. Your body's stale. So bathe, then you go exercise. Bathe, then you go and do whatever it is. Even if you're going to play football, play some sporting activity, bathe before. You're going to sweat and whatnot. But you won't smell bad like that. Go and bathe first. So that the deodorant can withstand. That's why they make the deodorant, to withstand against these rigorous activities. But you have to be cognizant you're going around people. Smell yourself. If something wrong with your nose, Lord, ask somebody. Say, do I smell away? Tell me the truth, please. And they will. If you really, beckon to them and you have to be willing to accept it. Even if you feel away, take it. At least they're saving you from shame and disgrace. But it is not nice. Let me tell you, when somebody smells bad and you come around somebody, it feels like they're suffocating. They can't breathe. It feels like somebody's trying to kill them. Your bad odor is like it's trying to kill the person. That's the best way I can put it for you to understand. It is not nice. You have to carry yourselves with decorum. I can understand why people coin the term cleanliness is next to godliness. And it's true. I mean, you can look at it from a spiritual perspective, but also from a physical perspective. Because if you take the time to take care of your body, you will do the same spiritually. You will do the same in other areas of your lives. But this bad smell has got to go. It have to go down now. The bad smell of it have go down now. It have to go down. It have to go down today. It have to go down today. It have to go down today. No more bad smell. I don't care how hot the time is. If you get too hot and so you're sweating for a few hours and you go home and you have to go somewhere, go bed. Your body's sour. It stink, it's stale, it's spoil. Unspoil it. Unspoil it. It rotten, come like somebody eat some dead cat and spoil milk and poop. Come on, man. We have to do better than that, beautiful people. We have to do better than that. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.